So I'm gonna throw this part in front of the other video that I just recorded earlier today. So again, I scour KSL classifieds, the local classifieds, practically just a Craigslist here in Utah. And oh man, a couple weeks ago I found this awesome John Deere Model A. Found a couple Model Bs as well. A couple restored ones for about $5,000. I don't really have $5,000 to throw to a cool toy to drive around in parades and stuff. Not that I have a whole lot of time to do parade driving. Point is, I found a couple of awesome early John Deeres, and so I had been making contact and staying in touch with the fella with that Model A over a week and a half, and he was very flaky on getting back to me. You know, he had other stuff going on in his life. So turns out he ends up selling the thing to another guy, kind of out from under me without me really closing the loop on communication. I feel like I was first in line on that one, and it got sold in front of me, so I'm a little bit bummed out about that. But first thing is, in all reality, I don't have a trailer currently that could have loaded that bastard up. I don't know, it's probably 7,000 pounds or something. So I was gonna have to go and make a sale to him and then deal with the hassle of arranging a trailer. So that was a week and a half ago, and kind of broke my heart a little bit. I was pretty bummed out. But what that enabled me to have happen was purchase this badass little unit that's back here on the trailer right now. So things work out the way they're supposed to. I'm going to be keeping an eye out for a proper Model A, Model B, you know, one of the early types of tractors. Ideally one that can function with some effort to get it working. Not necessarily something to just rot away out in the field, although those are cool too, but you know, a relatively functional Model A, Model B, something like that. So anyways, this unit right here, I scored because the fella that I went and bought that STX 38 from, both of those, he had that A140 sitting in his garage, and he also has a bigger one. I don't remember what it was, 315 or something like that. It's quite a big unit, but I was stoked when I saw that 140, and so I was asking him if I could buy it from him and how much he'd want for it. He told me $4,000 for his 140. I was like, wow, okay, well, if I come up on a whole bunch of money, sure, maybe. But it comes with some pretty rare items and stuff, but you know, I don't have $4,000 for a teeny little tractor. So a few weeks go by, and he gets back in touch with me. He's like, I think I know of a 140 that's available. So give me some time and I'll try to pull up the phone number. So a week goes by again, he pulls up the phone number, and I sent out a text to that guy, unresponsive. About a week goes by, and then he sends me a text like out of the blue, and it was almost like he didn't see my first text, because like my text is above his. Anyway, he sends me a text. He's like, hey, Glenn came by and said, or gave me a call and said that you might be interested in this tractor I got. So I was like, heck yeah. And so I kind of had about 3 or 4 days before I was able to leave work and come back here to Utah. So over those 4 days, you know, I totally got schooled up on 140s, 110s, 120s, as much as I could, reading through some of the forums and lots of YouTube. But apparently he had the thing up for sale. And apparently he had it up for sale on the classifieds for some time. And several people came by to look at the unit. Several people came by looking for a yard mower. You know, because as we talked about on the STX 38 video, it's like, you know, $2,000 to $3,000 for a freaking. You got to see these colors real quick. Oh man, we're driving up Wolf Creek Pass, and I've got to work night shift tonight. But the sunset clouds are spectacular. Wolf Creek Pass runs up above Camas, Utah, on your way over towards Hanna and Tabiona, just kind of my preferred scenic loop to get out to Roosevelt to work. And it's running a little bit long in the day today, but it never disappoints whether it's fall colors or not. And as you can see, it's quite spectacular. So hey, maybe I'll throw a link to one of my motorcycle videos. I've got a pretty awesome motorcycle video romping up this road on the GS Adventure. Anyways, where was I? So yeah, he said that several people had come by and nobody offered him anything for it, or nobody wanted to make a reasonable offer for it, because they're all coming by looking for a yard mower, you know? Nobody wants to go spend, no sensible person wants to go spend $2,000 to $3,000+ on what they have available in this day and age. I'm becoming pretty biased to John Deere's, and I've only looked at a couple of the 130s, you know, the smallest entry-level John Deere yard mowers. And there's a whole variety of them, you know, but I mean, I would probably feel comfortable going with one of those over any of the other ones, you know, a Troy built, a Current Craftsman, if they even make those, whatever, the Cub Cadets at Lowe's. I mean, every one of them, it looks like when you're looking at it, as you're walking by, you're like, I don't even dare to sit on that thing, it's gonna fall apart. So anyways, he had it up for sale, and several people came by looking at it, but they only wanted a mower, and so when they saw how kind of rough the motor deck is on that, not interested. But I'm like, holy crap, if they knew the completeness of the story of what all it came with and all of the other attachments. And this guy's been running that tiller as recent as this year. I mean, in his garden, it's been his main garden tiller. So again, also justifying the cost is the snow plow, but also the garden tiller. You know, you can't buy a garden tiller, even just a gas-powered garden tiller, I don't know, $300 for like a dirt cheap one, $700 to have a piece of history, a functional tractor with every other sort of thing you can imagine. I'm imagining trying to put up some sort of a wood splitter on the PTO in the back, in the rear at some point maybe. But anyway, total barn find, man. Honestly, total barn find. And that's all I'm going to say about this particular tractor on this video.